All right. So my name is Babashola Enoch. So as I said, I'm a software architect at Ostra Spark Lab. And I basically build software, build mobile apps, enterprise software, websites, and the likes. All right. So my Twitter is at Chief Enoch, and I have a personal website that's enochbar.com. Okay. All right. So we're going to have the general introduction to web development. General introduction to the web development, web design and development, which is a no code. When we say a no, the first part is a no code, which means we're going to use frameworks. We're going to use frameworks. All right. And if time permits and we do very well with the first aspect, then we move to the coding aspect. But necessarily, we're going to do no codes. But if time permits, and depending on the recipients, the students now, we could go ahead as well to the coding aspect. Okay. So we're going to, so basically introduction. Basically, what's websites? What do you think? What's a website?
Yeah, website is just normally, I see it's just like a place where you go to get details. Yeah, to get details.
Okay, to get it is good. All right, cool. All right, so it's like a book. Website is basically like a book. You open the book and you get information from the book. But now that book is residing on what we call a server. It's a server that will serve us the web page or the book that we want. So if we want to know about life, we go to the server and ask for the book about life. So the server is going to serve us about the book about life. So that's why I said website is like a book. All right. So, it can be created by an individual, a group, and all sorts. Okay. So we have different kinds of websites as well. So web design is now when you design, every aspect of that book and all that. Okay. So basically, we used to say web design is when you design the interface of the website, and development is when you design the back end, of the website. All right. So that's website development, design and development. All right. So this is the theory part. That's what I'm trying to explain and move away from, and move past it quickly. All right. So now we have different kind of websites. We have e-commerce. Like which one?
Buying and selling.
Yes. So what kind of website is that? Can you give me an example? Good. Good. Yes. So we have like Jumia. Yeah, we have like Jumia. We have Jumia.com. So at the end of this course, you should be able to create something like that. Wouldn't that be lovely? Yes, something like Jumia.
Well, as long as the money is coming.
Yes. Note what I said. I said you'll be able to create something like this. But what you said was, as long as the money is coming. What's the difference between these two statements?
There's no really difference. As long as when I create something like this, the money is going.
Good. Now, being able to create something like this shows you have the skill. Now, being able to make money from it now means you can monetize your skill. You get what I'm saying? When I say you can monetize your skill, means you can now find a way to make money out of this. The money is there, your skill is there. So the reason why so many brilliant people are broke, they are brilliant, they have the skill, but they cannot bridge the gap between the skill that they have and money. So So now it's a high caliber skill, just like you can play football. You are very good in soccer. Will you be signed, or will anybody pay you money when you are in your bedroom, but you know you can really play football? No. So how would they get to know? How do they get to know you and sign you?
Exercising yourself by playing.
Good. By playing on the field, by playing every day. So people get, exactly. So you have the skill that you can make money. Like you can now find a way to monetize it, either by selling the skill or by selling something on it. But first part is learning the skill, which we're doing now, of course. So most people, they face the money, they want the money, but they don't have any skill. There's no way for them to, even when they want to beg you for money, they will just say, me, have mercy on me. Like, is mercy for sale? The person have mercy on you on Monday. You don't have anything to deliver. But if you're like, dude, I can make this website for you. In fact, you don't even need to advertise. Once you are good, you just be having orders every day and every day. So we're going to do that as an assignment. So one of the assignments we're going to do, remind me, is that you are going to sign up on Upwork. Sign up on Upwork and render your service to people. Are you with me? Good. All right. So we're going to create something like this eventually. All right. So we've already talked about e-commerce websites whereby people can buy and sell. Then we also have business websites whereby people can it can publicize the business. So a company, when you have a website now, it's basically a business website whereby they do something, one or two things on their website. Then we have a blog. Okay. Now, blog makes a lot of money. That one I'm sure of. Now we have a blog. Blog can make a lot of money like that. So a blog website publicize people's, can you give me an example of a blog that you know?
Instablog.
Yes. Yes, Instablog. Even goal.com. What sports do you play? Or what sports do you love? Okay, okay, good. Like goal.com is a blog. Even livescore.com is a blog. You get, and people visit them for specific reasons. There's Instablog, there's Linda Ikeji, those are blogs and they are successful blogs. All right, then we have a portfolio website whereby people showcase their work. People showcase their work on portfolio websites. Then we have event websites, whereby people register for events and, attend events and all that. Okay, we have personal websites. We have personal websites, like your own website, this and that. Membership, an example of a membership website whereby people can register on membership websites. They can register on the membership website. So membership website like Facebook, Okay. So whereby you register on the website and you're part of a group of people. Okay. So then we have non-profit, like for NGO, like for churches, for mosques, for a lot of like that. Then we have informational website whereby you only get information from it. Then we have online forum like Nairaland. Okay. We have like Nairaland. Okay. All right. So the overview of the course. Basically, this course, we're going to have the course of course via Zoom. Though we have an online platform where we have the course. So normally the overview we always have to take you through how you use the online platform. But in this case, we're going to have Zoom. We're going to go through this general introduction. We're going to do a basic website. We're going to do some more business websites. Then you're going to learn how to use the local by Flywheel. We register domain name, hosting, and all that. Then eventually we use, okay, we do the e-commerce websites. Then I'll teach you how to do any other kind of website as well. All right, so that's the overview. Okay, so website architecture. What does it entail itself? So as I said, I said website is like a book. When you require for information, when a user requires for information on the internet, it goes to a web server, find the page, and serve you the web page. So I said it's like a book in the sense that whichever book you want, whichever page, so there are so many pages. So website always have, what's the first page of a website? What is it called? I can't hear you. I think the speaker is, can you hear me properly? Can you hear me well?
I can hear you.
Okay. Let me see if I can hear this one. Okay, so the first page of a book, what is it called?
That should be home.
Good. Yes, you get it. All right, the first page of a book is called the home page. So we have other pages like home page, about us, contact us. Those are the pages in the book. So if you want to, you go from one page to another page. So that's why I said website is like a book. So you can just navigate from one to the other. All right. Then, if you need to pick the book, you need to put them on a bookshelf. So this is like a server. You go to specific address. You go to specific address of where you want, and you pick the book. So the bookshelf is like a server. It's like a server. So you write the domain of the address of the website, then you fetch the information that you want. Okay, this is like a server room. All right. So some of the other architectures of a website, we have the web pages. As I said, is the unit of the website, and they're like the book. So we have them like, you create the web pages like home, like about us, contact us, services, and so on and so on. All right, then we have the HTML. HTML is hypertext markup language. That is the basic language that we use for website development. Then we have CSS. CSS is like what gives design to the skeleton, to the framework of a website. The basic language that we use is the HTML, but the CSS is another language that gives the design to that HTML. Okay. So the CSS is called Cascade Style Sheets. Then we have domain names. Domain names, then we also have hosting. So what exactly are domain names? Now, when you see something like .com, you see something like .com, .tv, that's the domain name. So .info, .edu, that's the domain name. It is a unique address of a particular website. It's a unique address of a particular website. .edu, .org, .eu, that's the domain name. All right, so look at the construction of the domain name. So the first part is the HTTPS. We call it the protocol. So we can have HTTP without the S. We can also have HTTPS, which is the which marks that there's a secured shared layer with it. Okay. Then in the middle here, we have where you have the subdomain, domain, and the top level. Now, in the middle, we have domain, where they put domain dash name is the domain name itself. Then we have the subdomain. All right. Then we have the TLD, top level domain, which can either make it .com, .eu, .co, .whatever. All right. All right. Some other things that help us to build a website now. We use the script. Part of the script, the one I've mentioned is HTML, which is the basic language for web development. The CSS, which gives the design, which puts a design on the HTML. Then we have some other scripting language like JavaScript, which we use to code something like pop-up and so on. Then we have the backend languages like Python, PHP, JSP, which is Java Server Pages, C#, Perl, and Ruby. Okay, I don't want to bore you with all this. I just want to give you the general overview of it. Then we have the graphics. We use so many things for the graphics, for both offline and online. All right. Then we have the frameworks. All right. This is just the theory. Just have an idea. Then we move into the practical itself. Okay. All right. So part of the frameworks that we have what is called no-code framework, whereby you, just like you open a Facebook page, you're just using your mouse and your keyboard to do the design. You're not writing any code, because people now have to put together the scripts, the graphics, all those things up there. They have to put them together to create a platform that people can use to create their own websites. So some of these frameworks they help us, they are software. They help us to create different kind of websites. Okay. So an example of that, is that from me? I think there is a message. Is that from me or from your system? Okay, I heard a sound. I think it's from the system is warning me for something. I don't know what that is. All right. So you said? Okay, cool. Okay. All right. So that's about it. So we're going to use a content management system. It's a framework to build our website. That's I have said. You can use all those steps I mentioned above. All the steps are what we use to create websites. But now, to make it easier, let's say you have people ask you, build website for me. And they say, we're going to pay you 500K, build my website. And you're like, when is it going to be ready? You said 2 weeks. And after that, you got another offer. Can you build our website? You said, yeah, sure, why not? And you got another offer. And you have like 10 offers in a day. If you start to write the code, you can never finish all of them on time. No. So that's why we now use, to make the work easier and faster, that's why we now use frameworks. Frameworks like when you are less busy, we've already created these frameworks. So they are like easy to work with. You get? So an example of the framework is the CMS, the content management systems. Content management system. So the one we're going to use is called WordPress. There are other ones. There's Joomla, there's Drupal, there's Wix, there's Webflow, Squarespace, Shopify. But the one we're going to concentrate on is WordPress, because it's one of the most popular in the world. It's one of the most popular in the entire world. So it's an open source content management system. So it was associated with personal blogs, but it can be used for anything. All right. And according to data, it is used almost all the websites in Nigeria. That's 9.5 out of 10. That's like 98 or 99% of all the websites in Nigeria. And in Canada, they are built using WordPress. This framework that we want to learn. All right. Now in the whole world, almost 43.2% of all websites in the world are built using WordPress. Okay. All right. So we'll go to creating our first website. But before then, we're going to learn about domain name and hosting. Okay. Okay. So what do you think domain names are? What's the domain name? What's the domain name? What is domain names?
Domain name should be what you can to open the website.
Come again?
Like what you put in your set.
Are we still connected? Okay. We are still connected. All right. So as I've said, see, let's see what domain names are. Let's see what domain names are. So I said they are the unique address of your websites. Even the definition is too, no, I don't want to go too theoretical. But it's the unique address of your website. So what's the domain name? Of your website, okay. All right, so it's a unique address of your website. So it's the first thing that not the first, let's say the second thing that you need when you want to create a website. The first thing you need is the idea of a website. You're like, oh, I need a website. That comes first. Then, so part of I need a website is, what's the website for? Oh, I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to sell some stores online. Okay, that the idea comes first. Then the domain. So what's going to be your website domain? The name of your website, the address of the website. So that's the domain. So you're not like, okay, it's going to be meandmyown.com, you choose. All right. Okay, so we're talking about domain name and hosting. So the first step in your website is to plan the purpose of your website. Plan your website, get domain, and get hosting. So we're going to say, the step one now, part A of the step one is, what's the purpose of the website? So the first thing, either it's your own or you are building for a client, the first thing to do is to get a document. To get a document like this. So you're like, what's the purpose of my website? You write down the purpose of the website. Okay. So once you write down the purpose of the website, you can say, I want to build, what's the website for? Now, writing down the purpose of the website will help you to get documents. That's a planning stage of the website. Then after getting the purpose of the website, so if I come to you and say, I need a website, the question you ask me is, what is it for? What is the purpose? So you will know what kind of website you want to build. We did that earlier. Either it's going to be an e-commerce, either it's going to be a blog or whatever. But actually, the reason why you are doing that is so that it's going to help you to be able to plan and to also charge them. So you can charge them. So they will now say, some people will come to me and say, we need a website. And they will just say, it's a small website. Well, just small website. Just, how much is it? And I will say, how small? They say, just small website. I just want my customers to see something. And I'll say, okay, maybe 80,000. And they're like, 80,000. Okay. No problem. Send me your account number. I'll be happy. I'll send you my account number. You don't know that you have signed documents. Then they now say, I'll send you the documents. They now send me documents. They now say, hey, you see that my website? I want people to be able to register. After they have registered, I want them, they not just register. I want gold, silver, bronze. So if you register for gold, you pay 500,000. I'm like, you say small website, oh, I collect 18,000. You want to collect 500,000 from gold, 250 from silver and all that. Now, so that's why it's very important to know what kind of website do you want.
I need to switch to
Okay. All right. So we're on pause. All right. So step one, we plan your website. Step one, plan your website, get domain name and hosting. So I said the first thing you do is get a website purpose. And the next thing is get the domain name. And I've told you how to choose a domain name. Make sure it's easy. Make sure it's as short as possible. Even if you're combining 3-4 words together, make sure it's as short as possible. That's the shortest you can get. Then make it available. All right. We're going to search for availability. We're going to a website to see if domain name is available or not. All right. So that is the step one. Step two, we now go ahead to develop our website. We go ahead to develop what? Our website. All right. So when you've gotten all those ones, when you've gotten all those ones, how do you get them? First of all, let me go back to this place. How do you get them? How do you get if your domain name is available? And how do you host your files? We use this method. You go to a company, a hosting company. We go to a hosting company like, we go to a hosting company. An example now. All right. There's so many hosting companies where we can get domain name and hosting. An example is bluehost.com. Bluehost.com. Another one is namecheap.com. Another one is, we have bluehost.com, namecheap.com. All right. So we have them, we have GoDaddy.com. Okay. All right. Now, these are hosting companies that will help us to host our websites. So they will help us to host all our websites. All right. Okay. So we can go there, buy any of the domain name, buy the domain name that we want. I don't know why GoDaddy is not daddy now. Okay, they are here. All right. So buy domain name and so on. All right, but we're going to be using Namecheap, for obvious reasons. We're going to be using Namecheap. We're going to get a domain name. Let's say the domain name. Give me an example of a domain name. Someone should please give me an example of a domain name. I know.
Let's see. Chipper.
Spell it.
CHIPPER.
I what?
IPER.
Okay, like cheaper.com.
But this one
of course is not available. Is it available? You said?
I said this one is with 1P.
Okay, but okay, not 2P, or I should put 1P again, right?
No, it's just one.
Okay. All right. So, like, this is an example of domain name. I'm not sure this is going to be available. So, if we want this domain name, we just say, okay, cheaper.com, and we say search. Oh, really? This is nice. And it's such a premium domain name that is so cheap. Look at how much they're selling it. 44,000. So you're like, 44 what? I'm going to pay 44,000 for cheaper? No, I'm not. So you now see, you know what they do? They just say, try cheaper.com. Let's see what that will bring. All right. Anyway, I think the internet is not helping matters now. So we say try cheaper.com or cheaper.ng, or we just try to add some stuff so that it's going to be available. Basically, that domain name is not available. So someone bought it and said, this domain name looks good. Somebody will still come and buy it one day. So they bought it for probably $8 or $20. So what do? They were now renewing it, that somebody will come. So anytime somebody comes, they will tell them it's now 44,000. You get why that was expensive. Okay. All right. But in order to make it easy, you can say try cheaper or cheaper.ng, you know. This one is now what? 8.98. Can you see that? So instead of saying cheaper, you can just put something to make it, you know, or you can say my cheaper, you know, something like that. Now, or if you don't want that, you can say cheaper dot. You can say cheaper dot. Okay, you can just scroll down. I wanted to say cheaper.xyz. You can just scroll down to check other things you can use. Like cheaper.xyz, it's still a premium. This thing is a very premium domain name. Cheaper.game, cheaper.lol. You can use all that TLD. Okay, you know what I mean by TLD. When we were doing domain names, so the TLD, can you see the TLD? I hope the TLD here. So when we are doing domain, you can just change the TLD. It can be .xyz, anything, all still goes, as long as the website is going to be live and people are going to see it. All right. Okay. All right. So that's how we get domain names. You go to a hosting company's website. How do we get domain names now? How do we buy domain names? You go to a hosting company website and you purchase your domain name. And you can also purchase your hosting there. All right. So let's say we're going to use cheaper. Let's say we're going to use cheaper. Cheaper does whatever this is. All right. So I think what we're going to do today, because we're just starting now, after the entire introduction, tomorrow we're going to get a domain name and hosting so that we can all use that. We get a domain name and hosting. But today, I will show us how we're going to use the lookup a flywheel so that you can at least drop an assignment today. Okay. All right. So let me go on. All right. So that's how we get domain names. So let's say I want to get this domain name. I'll register here. Sign up. If this is what I want, cheaper is not what I want. Trying to look for something. Let's say I'm using SAT. Okay, like SAT 2021 or 2020, whatever. SAT 2021.com. Okay, this one is not available now. It wasn't available before. All right, so let's say this is what I'm going to use. Are you with me? All right, so I'm going to add it to my cart so that to purchase it. Mr. Matthew Ola, are you still with us? Mr. Matthew? All right, so see, I added that to my cart.
This place is a little bit noisy. That is why I started.
Okay, I need your constant feedback so we know that we are still connected. All right, so I had it today to my All right. Now, because of the internet, I'm going to, because of the internet, I'll come back to this. Or I'll give you a video of this, which is faster, the same way I'm explaining here now. All right. But then I will go to my slide. All right. That's how we get our domain name and hosting. You're following that flow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how we get the domain name. I'll pay on that website. Once I paid on that website, I'll pay on that website. Once I paid on that website, someone is saying something. Okay. All right. Once I paid on that website, they will say $8, $12 or thereabouts. Once I paid, they will also say I should pay for hosting. Are you with me? Yes. So I'll also pay for the hosting. Now, the payment shouldn't be a problem because you're probably paying maybe $20 or $25, $30. But then the money is going to come out from either your clients or the gain you're going to make from the website itself. Are you with me? All right. So for the case of this study now, we're going to purchase, they've already arranged for us, I'm going to purchase our domain name and hosting. All right. We suspended that now because of how slow the internet is, but we'll continue with that later. All right. Okay, so that's how we get our domain name and that's how we get our hosting. All right, once we get our domain name and hosting, what's the next thing? Now, immediately we pay for that domain name and that hosting. They will now, of course, they will ask you for your details. One of your details that they'll ask for is your email address. So they're going to send when you pay for something and they send receipt to your email, of course, that's expected, right? So in that stuff that they will send to your email, it's going to include, what they're going to send to your email is going to include username and password. Username, password, then the server host name. Are you with me? Are you with me? Good. So they will send this to your email. So once they send it to your email, you can now use the server host name, click on the server host name. Once you click on the server host name, it takes you to a cPanel. Then in the cPanel, this is also be sent to your email. You enter your username and password. You enter your username and what? And password, okay. All right, so let me try that now. Let me try that. Okay, I'm trying to enter the username and password, so show us the backend, but I think all right, to recap, I launched the Looker by Flywheel, click on file, add new site, then takes me to, okay, says I should choose which one of these I want. So I said, create new site. So I click on create and I say, try cheaper. Try cheaper. That's the name of the website, just an example. All right, we could have gone to advanced setting, but I'm not doing advanced setting. I will just do first basic setting first so that we understand the entire thing first before we go on. All right. So after that, we click on continue. And it says preferred custom. Let's go with default setting first. Then we go on and explore later on. So preferred, so I click on continue again. All right, so what do you want your username to be? This is what you're going to use to log into the backend. Can't remember the cheaper. All right, I'll say cheaper admin. I hope I remember this. I'll say cheaper admin. That's the name of my, can use anyone, but just to go take us through installation. Then WordPress password, I'll say this. I'll type in my password. Make sure you don't forget. This is the password I'm using. Cheaper admin, I don't even know, it's 2,000 or 200. Anyway. Then WordPress email, please ensure you put your own email here. Because when we are doing it online, your email must be the one here. So that if there's error, you are able to, correct it.
What's the password again? What's the password again?
Just use anything you can remember. You will not be able to access this one because this one is on my system. And that one too you are doing is going to be on your system.
Okay.
You get. So I think
if I try exactly what you are doing now, if I try it,
yeah.
Will it give like a notification on your system?
No. It's local. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. So, but the one we're going to do tomorrow is the one that we're doing online. The online version, the same thing we're doing here, we'll do it online. That one, I'll be able to see what you're doing. Everybody will be able to see. But this one will give us a lot of flexibility to practice. Like you don't necessarily need to be online, but you now need to practice as much as possible. Are you with me?
Yes.
Okay, so we say cheaper. I think it's cheaper 200. I think this is the password.
Okay.
So I just cheaper admin, cheaper 200, Then your email, this must be your email. Cheaper, okay. Then we click on add sites. So once you click on add sites, it's going to do all these stuff, then you're already set up. Continue. All right, so our website name is Try Cheaper, and we've already done all this. So what we do now is so already we've already created the website now. It's like we set it up online. So you have two links. Either you go to the back end, which is the WP admin, or you open the site itself. So I'm going to do that now. So I'm going to open the site, click on open the site, and this gives me what the site is. Okay. What's it showing? All right. So this is our basic website now. Now, if you go to the local bar flywheel again and you click on WP admin, it's going to show the back end. This is the back end. This is the front end where people can see, and this is the back end. Now, note. Now, note, if you want to log in, we log in with the username and password that we created in the previous section. So we'll just click it and we log into the back end. All right, so this is the back end. So this is the back end and the front end. All right, so once we get here, we'll continue.
Okay.
All right, so once we've successfully load our front end, this is the front end, and this is the back end. You may be wondering how to get to the back end if you are not going to click on the link from the, you may be wondering how to get to the back end. This is how you get to the back end. It's going to be, this is how you get to the back end. You're going to say your domain name is going to be your domain name. And in this case, my domain name is cheaper. My domain name is cheaper. There is cheaper.com. You're going to put it as WP-admin. So when you type this, it's going to take you to the back end. So you have the front end, which is this, and you also have the back end, which is this. Then you log in with your username and password to the back end. Anu, are you back now? Log into the username and password,
sir.
which is the back end. All right. Okay, so what we now do is this is actually your first website. What we're now going to do is that what we're going to do now is that we will change this to anything that we want, anything at all. All right, so our first website is Try Cheaper. Our first website is Try Cheaper, and we're going on from then. Okay, in order to design this, we're going to have to install our theme, our plugin. Okay, let me come to this explanation. Remember, I said that, first of all, we have the purpose of the website, which is the planning, right? Then we get our domain name, which we did. The domain name we're currently using is called Try Cheaper. Then hosting our website, we're going to host the website. We use an hosting panel like Namecheap. Then it's going to take us to the control panel where we install the WordPress. But in this case, what's the control panel that we're using? Online, we're going to use cPanel. But offline, we're using a program called Looker by Flywheel, right? We're using Looker BF. That's for the offline. That's for the local, because it's not really offline, it's just local. Okay, then we installed the WordPress. So that's what took some time to do. But once we're done installing the WordPress, so once we're done installing the WordPress, we now go ahead to create our website, which is what we're doing now. All right. So now, in order to build our website, basically we'll say to customize our website because we've already built the website. This is the website itself. Though it's not looking like anything. It's just looking like a single lost bed. Yeah, I'm with you.
When I clicked on the open site, tell me server not responding.
Okay, that's why I wanted to see your screen.
Okay. Should I share it again?
All right, here we go. All right, as I said, this is the front end of our website, and this is the back end of our website. I've already explained how we get to the front end and the back end. That's what I was explaining with this. Okay, cool. So this time around, we go ahead to customize our website. The first thing we do is to install themes. As I said themes are, I don't need this again. Themes are templates, ready-made designs, examples, search by function. So if you say, okay, I need a template, ready-made templates like cloth now. You don't sew all your clothes. If you're going to a party, you can, do a custom made, or if you need a suit, you can buy a suit directly, not necessarily custom made. So you can say, I need a suit for a wedding, and you get that suit. So themes or templates are like that. You can say, I need a template for a real estate website, and you get that template. Or I need a template for an e-commerce website, and you get that template, and you install it. So then we said plugins as well. Plugins are specialized functional software. Let's say you want a plugin to be able to read books on your website. You get a book reading plugin. If you need a plugin to do social media, you get a social media plugin. So as themes is for design, plugins are for specialized function that are performed on your website. So that makes it easy. Anything you need on the website, just look for the plugin you're going to use and use that. All right, so we have, if it's a security plugin, you get a security plugin and use. Now, so I said we're going to install our themes, we're going to install plugins, then we create pages. All right, so let's say we need 5 pages or 3 pages. The first one, you've got it the other time, home page. So we have our home page, we create our home page, we put everything on our home page. The second one, we have about us, we put everything about us. Then we also have contact us, whereby people can contact us. Those are the basic pages. All right, we can also have services that showcase our services. Then we have menu. Menu is look at this now. Look at this. Let's say we were in yahoo.com. Let's say this is yahoo.com. So this is menu. Can you say it? Mail, news, finance. So that's the menu. So we have the top menu. We can also have the bottom menu, this one. So we can also have the bottom menu. All right. So we have top menu and so on. So that is the menu. Okay. So in creating our website now, in customizing our website, we've already installed WordPress. So start our website. This is our website. It's just blank. So we're going to install themes. We're going to install plugins. We're going to make our pages. We do our menu and widgets. Widgets are small programs that we need or we may not need. Let's say you want a calendar on your website. You cannot just put in the calendar widget. Just like plugin, but they have smaller function of work, not as big as the function that plugin will do. All right, so we need a calendar. We just put a calendar widget on our website. That's an example of a widget. All right, we need to see who visited us, we can just put that widget on our website to say who visited our website. Okay. All right. So we can do this step by step, and we can also do them at once. So there are different ways of creating websites. You know, there's an adage that says that how many ways, if you notice, how many ways can we take to enter a market? Like ShopRite now, they have only one way to enter. You cannot see that it's two ways. True or false? There's only one entrance that enters ShopRite. True or false?
Yes. Yes.
You said yes.
Yes, only one way.
To enter ShopRite. Not two, not three.
Yeah.
And
now, just one door.
to enter ShopRite. Only one. Which one are you talking about? Which ShopRite are you talking about?
Should we make ShopRite more, not
Yes.
the building?
Yes.
And not the building now.
Yes.
More.
How many ways to enter the main ShopRite mall? Go.
We are two.
Okay, what I'm saying is that at least I know of two. I don't know the one that the staff used to come into, but there are always two. It's not a bank now. Even bank, we have back door.
Yes.
But the example I'm giving is like a market now. Okay. You know, ShopRite is like a formal market. Like informal markets, there's always multiple ways, or at least two, to enter a market. You know? So there are so many ways to create websites, so many ways. But all of them start from the HTML. Either it is Facebook or YouTube or your own personal blog, they all start from what? The HTML, which is the building block. All right. So we have so many ways to enter a market. So we have so many ways to build a website as well. All right. Now, but I'm going to dwell on just three ways. The first one is one-click installation. One-click installation. One-click installation. The next one is custom built using page builders. We custom built it using page builders. And the third one is we build it from the scratch. Okay. So one-click installation means all of these things that we want to do, themes, plugins, pages, menu, we just click. We click once and everything is done for us. And all we are going to do is just to edit. Very nice way. It makes you to be able to finish your websites on time. So you have a lot of work, you can quickly do that. It helps you to finish your work on time. All right, so we call it one-click installation. The other one is custom built using web page builders. You custom build, like you build your own page by
Please, I can't hear you again.
Okay. All right, sorry. All right. So I said the second one is custom build using page builders, whereby you build page 1 from the beginning to the end, page 2 about us from the beginning to the end, page 3. You build each of those pages. You install the plugins that you need and everything you need page by page. That's the second one. But you still use page builders. Then the third one, you build everything from the scratch. You are not using, you may use page builder, you may not use page builder, but you build everything from the scratch. All right. So there are instances when you need either of them, but all of them, they are means to an end. Are we together? All of them are means to an end. Okay, they have the advantages and they have the disadvantages. So we're going to start from one-click installation, which is what we're doing now. We're going to start from one-click installation, which we are doing right now. So I go ahead to do the one-click installation. I've been on this. All right. So this is the online for free. So this is the website. So this is the website. And this is the back end. I don't know why I kept saying that. All right, so I go ahead now to say the first thing to install is going to be my theme. If you remember, I said the first thing we install is what? Is the theme. What we are doing is customizing, so we install the theme. All right. Now, to explain the backend, this is the tools section, and this is the main design section. Okay. All right. This is the tools section, and this is the main design section. Okay. Okay, I always like to keep this place clean. If you want to keep this place clean without having all these jangbajantis, you click here, close, all this. You click all this. Okay, all right, so like to keep it clean. Then the left-hand side, we have home, which is this dashboard. We have updates. If there's any updates, you're going to see it here. Posts, if this is for a blog, you see all your blog posts and you can add new ones. Media, all your medias, you see them here, and you can add new media. All the pages are here. If you want to add home page or about us, you add them here. Okay, that's when we are building from scratch. You see everyone's comments here. You can approve the comments, you can delete and do any of the stuff you want. Appearance, this is where we install the themes and even the menu under appearance. You can see it here. Plugins, when we need plugins, this is where we install plugins. And we see all the plugins that we've already installed. Then you see all your users here. Tools, advanced tools are here. We're not going there now, we'll get there later. Then settings, this is where you have your settings. You want to change your site name, your permalinks, your reading, your blog settings, you do everything under settings. Okay, so that is that. But now, as I said we're going to install our theme. So I click on install. I click on themes. We've already have all these themes that are there before. If you don't need any, you can delete them. I don't need this one, so I delete it. I don't need this, I delete it. I also don't need this one too, so I delete it. All right. Okay. I also need that one, I delete it as well. All right, so so you're going to install a new theme. So you click on this. This part is important.
Sir,
So yes.
wait, do you add themes from Google or
Yes,
you get
that's
it
what I want to
from
do
the
now.
site?
That's what I want to do
Okay,
now. Yes. Yes. All right. Good. That's very good. Now I'll go back to that part. To appearance. All right. So these are where my themes are. All these ones, they came with the website, but I want to add my own. So I click on add theme, add new. Now you can add themes from this WordPress platform itself, and you can also buy themes. We call those ones premium themes. You can buy them and then install them, which here we're going to upload them. If you buy them and you download them to your website, to your system, you upload them from here. But if you want to pick them up from, the WordPress database, you just type the theme you want here. Now we're going to use one called Astra. So just type it there. It was actually down here before I typed it. So this is the one we want. So you just click on install. All right. You are going to use this Astra. Now all the themes are, in most cases, when you are very good, just one theme, you can use it to build all these things by yourself. You don't need to even need the theme itself. So the theme is installing now. The theme is installing. So once the themes complete its installation, I activate it by clicking on activate. All right, so is the one I'm using now, Astra. Okay, so on the left-hand side here, if you install a plugin, you are going to see them here, somewhere around here. When we get to plugin, you will see the plugins that we install here on the left-hand side. But this time around, okay, this time around, we're going to Astra option because we install Astra. So under appearance, under themes, you see this Astra option. So click on it. All right, so it takes us to the Astra page for the theme that we installed. But as I said we're looking for one-click installation. So we're not going to do add logo, add this. No, we're not doing that now. We just want one-click installation for now to start with. So we say we're going to come to the right-hand side and say, install importer plugin here. So click on it, and it's going to install everything that we need, plugins, widgets, and everything. So it's going to install all of those ones for us. It's preparing the installation. That's why it's saying activating. It's preparing the installation, and once it's prepared, then we're going to have what we want. It's still activating, it's still rolling. All right, so it takes me to this page that says get started. Takes me to this page that says get started. All right. Okay. So I'm going to ignore this and just say build my website now. Scroll down, say build your website now. All right. Then say select page builder. Now the page builder that we want to use, you can use block editor, Beaver, but we are going to use this one called Elementor. So we click on Elementor. In order for you to install the Elementor, it's asking us to choose a theme. Choose a theme. Now, we can choose any kind. If it's business themes, if it's local business, if it's personal care, professionals, personal, you can see that if you just click on and look for community website and all that, and you click on it, you're going to build that particular website in under 5 minutes with all this one-click installation. All right, but we're going to start with this as a simple one. I want you to start with this too. All right, so we click on this.